Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya and I want to welcome each and every one of you back to our family and our readings. First of all, before I start this video, I just want to say a thank you, like a sincere thank you from the bottom of my heart to people who take the time to comment and fill the comment section with so much kindness. Like your love, your blessings, your acceptance of me and my work really fills me up with so much joy. And the blessings are so many, and which is why I keep doing these readings time and again. And please, if there's anything that you want to do for me, is just bless me. Your blessings mean more than all the money in the world to me. Thank you for everything. Now in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at what you can experience in the next phase of your spiritual journey and what you can do to make your journey easier. Okay, now remember, I am just a humble servant of God. I'm just doing the best I can to guide you in whichever way I can, and I'm going to leave you here with 3 piles in front of you. Please make sure you pick up whichever pile that speaks to you, and then I'm going to be starting off with pile 1. Hello, and if you've picked pile 1, this is what you're going to be experiencing next on your spiritual journey. Now for you, pile 1, whatever you are going to be experiencing next is fated. It was written for you before you were born. So this is what was decided for you by your higher self, okay? So a lot of fates are going to be opening up for you. A lot of Akashic record writings are actually going to be playing out in your life. But for this journey, you have to be prepared to lose everything. To lose the self that you know so far and acquire a newer self. Okay, that's what's coming through for you. But also, it's important for you to take care of your diet, okay? Make sure you're giving your body nourishing food. You're giving your mind things that are positive, okay? So please make sure on this journey forward, you really be a part of groups that are really positive. You associate with people who are more pious and who speak your language, okay? That's really important for you. But make sure taking care of your body, because if your body is not strong for the next journey, then it will not really help you that much. So please make sure you're building your strength, because that is what is needed for the next phase. And also nothing extreme, okay? No extreme conversation, no extreme going out, no doing anything extreme. Everything in moderation. There has to be a balance in everything. Remember something, on this next journey, you may feel like you want to become a monk or you may want to become a hermit, but that is extremism itself. So what will happen is, you may feel like you want to do that. You want to leave everything and go in the search of divine. But once again, pull yourself back to the earthly realm, the plane of living existence, and be moderate. Yeah, that's important. But also remember, the next stage is going to be requiring you to be very patient. Patient even if somebody else is behaving stupidly. Patient even if somebody is being unkind or somebody is not speaking your language to you. Yeah, patient forbearance is going to be important for you as well. Remember, you have the camel spirit, and camel actually lives in areas that are very, very drastic, okay, very extremist kind of weather. But camel knows how to survive, and you will know how to survive as well. Now, on the next phase, you're supposed to be like Radha. Radha is the energy of love. You need to give the essence of love to everybody, but most importantly, you are supposed to give love to yourself. Okay, love all parts of yourself. See, in this journey, you are supposed to look at yourself with your own eyes and feel emotions for yourself with your own heart. So don't expect people for you to say kind words to you or for people to love you in a way that you want. Love yourself that way and give yourself the energy of love, and then let the energy of love move to people outside you. But the energy of love is supposed to be something that you imbibe every day in your life. And of course, if you're not able to do that effectively, call upon the energy of Radha to do that for you or to help you move in that direction. Now, once again, very much in tune with the energy of Radha, you're supposed to soften your heart, okay? So if your heart has been hardened by certain circumstances, if your heart has been hardened by certain events of the past, you need to first of all respect the past, but also soften your heart for today. Soften your heart towards people, because remember, every person you meet is suffering, silently suffering. You do not know what that suffering is. So soften your heart, and of course soften your hearts to yourself as well, and have compassion towards the world is what you need to do. But remember, you are also supposed to have a vision for your life. And remember, you're supposed to walk the path of moderation. So your spiritual life also involves living a full life, having dreams for yourself, also wanting material dreams for yourself, okay? Our beloved Father actually wants us to ask Him for whatever you want, okay? So if this is money you want, if this is success you want, if this is spiritual blessings you want, ask it from Him. The conversation with God needs to continue at all point of time, even if this is asking for something material. Remember, moderation is very important for you. But at the same time, what is important for you is radical acceptance, meeting people wherever they are. Some people on this journey are going to be unkind for you. They are going to be questioning everything you do. They're going to be questioning the validity of your beliefs as well. But at that point of time, it is important for you not to be disturbed. Accept and meet them where you are and not where they are, okay? That's important for you. So radical acceptance is important. Don't let people disturb your peace, okay? Don't let that happen to you. That's very important for you. And sometimes it is also important for you to disconnect from the spiritual energies entirely and to just live a normal life. See what happens sometimes, the spiritual energies, the energies that build up around you because of your spiritual path can get very intense. And then it is important for you to just have a normal life, to enjoy your worldly life, to enjoy like your dreams, okay? So that is important for you as well. And please make sure you're sleeping. You know, your bodily needs really need to be taken care of on your spiritual journey. Now, the reason why this is important and the reason why moderation is important for you is, moving forward, you are going to be getting a lot of downloads. All the messages that you're going to be getting are external to you, okay? So they are going to be coming to you from your upper chakra. So a lot of downloads are coming and you need to understand those downloads. So deeper insights are required to come to you, and they are all coming from heaven and for astral realm. So you need to take care of your energies, and for you to be able to download that energies wisely, that nap, that moderation is important for you as well. Remember something, on your spiritual journey, as you keep walking ahead, remember you are never alone. You have a spiritual team who is at your assistant at all point of time. So remember, whenever you need help, call for that help and that help will be sent to you. And of course, remember, in this life you're not meant to be alone. You're meant to have a family. You are meant to have a beautiful life for yourself. So if some of you are like, I want to live a life of hermit, I want to make a monk, no, that path is not for you. That is an extremist path. You're required to live in compassion and harmony with people around you as well. So but remember, you are never alone. Now, the path of your spiritual journey is also requiring you to be kind to others, to be accepting for others, even if you do not agree with them. Once again, it is also important for you to be grateful for whoever you are in your life, for everything that you've experienced in your life, and especially the unkindness that you've experienced in life. Because what is going to happen is, because you have experienced unkindness in your life, you know the importance of kindness. Because you've experienced what it's like to not receive help, you will then be able to give help to others, okay? So what for you is going to happen is, you are going to be learning all the hard lessons in your life first, and then because you've learned the hard lessons yourself, you will learn how not to treat other people. So your journey forward is not only about how you treat others, but also receiving unkindness yet giving kindness outside all point of time, okay? Spiritual journey is not meant to be easy. Let me tell you this. So if you're listening to me and you're like, I am not able to be kind to people all the time, therein lies the challenge. There is what a spiritual life is different from a normal life, okay? If you've chosen to walk on the spiritual path, you are required to be at a much more higher level of vibration than people around you. So if you have a tendency to correct people, if you have a tendency to say things that are unkind just to correct them, the spiritual path is not for you. Spiritual path will require to make sacrifices that are much more greater than for people who are normal. So please make sure you're walking that path. But remember this, your journey is your journey alone, and even though you have help, The hard work that is supposed to be done, it is supposed to be done by you alone, and it is going to be requiring you to step into your own power. See, remember, you have been preparing for this for lifetimes ahead, but you need to be strong in the face of opposition, strong in the face of unkindness, and strong overall. See, what happens is sometimes in our life we just experience darkness, just darkness, but in that darkness, remember, you're experiencing darkness because you yourself are the light. Yeah, that's something you need to remember. Now, I need to bring you back to this. Jesus has experienced unkindness, like unparalleled unkindness, like he was actually put on a cross. What kind of unkindness can you experience more than that? Okay, so once again, that is unkindness, but he was a measure of kindness for the world to come. Of course, once again, if you go back to the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he experienced unkindness that was unparalleled. Okay, he had to, had people who actually waged battles against him. What kind of unkindness can you experience? But these are the peoples who were prophet. Okay, so your journey is like similar to that. Okay, of course, they are at a much higher level than we can ever be, but they teach us to walk on their path. Okay, so maybe you can learn something from Jesus, you can learn something from Krishna, you can learn something from the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him. Okay, so when you're gaining wisdom, gain from their life, not from people around us, because they're not for us. Okay, we have to learn from higher sources. Okay, and then try and be as much as like them. So that is what your spiritual journey is about next. And most of all, your journey forward is going to involve you looking at your flaws first, rectifying those flaws and turning them into things of beauty. And also, it is important for you to look at all the beautiful things inside you. Once again, remember, I told you, you have to now love yourself through your own heart and see yourself through your own eyes. Because when people look at you, they're going to see flaws. That is what people do, right? But you need to have your own eyes, and then remember to have eyes that look at others with kindness and heart who accept others with kindness entirely. Okay, so these are a couple of things that are going to be important for you on your spiritual life. So please, as much as you can, try and accept that. And remember, your idols are supposed to be Krishna, they're supposed to be Jesus, and they're supposed to be Prophet Muhammad, peace be on him. So learn from their lives as much as you can and try and walk on their paths as much as you can. Overall, this is what is going to be next for you on your spiritual life. As I wrap this video up, I'm going to be leaving you with nothing but my prayers for your success to walk on this path, which is hard sometimes, which is easy sometimes, but which is blessed nevertheless. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, this is what you're supposed to be experiencing on the next stage of your spiritual journey and the things that you're supposed to be learning. Now, what you're learning on your spiritual journey next is balance. How to be balanced at all point of time, how to not be affected by people, how to not be affected by external energies as well. Okay, so again, as much as you can, please meditate, because it is only through meditation that you're going to be getting that balanced state of mind. Okay, and of course, for people who are not so okay with meditation, at least chant a name of God, because the name of God has a lot of power in itself. Okay, and that will give you the strength, the mental strength to have that balance is also coming forth. So either of these two things is something that you can incorporate to bring about that balance in your life. Now, also moving forward, you are going to be called to be a part of an important mission, and especially as a lot of you know, the earth in itself, the vibration of earth in itself is also changing. We are evolving as beings on earth, and at this point of time, the world is almost divided into two extremes, like people who are really doing good work and people who are like really going on the opposite end of things. Okay, and now your job is to uphold that balance of the entire planet. Okay, and that is your job, and you are going to be called for it, for especially for people who are called into doing service in any kind of way. Okay, if for you it is donating money, or for you it is healing people, or if it just is being a kind friend to somebody, you are going to be called to a higher work, and your job is just to answer that call. See, if you just say yes to the call, you will be guided forward. That's something I absolutely believe in, okay? So for every one of you who is accepting that call, can you just tell me who you are so that I'll know in our journey forward, and I can help you in that way forward also, in the best of my abilities. So you are just supposed to be answering your call ahead. Now, what is going to happen is, okay, now as you get into the mode of service, as much as you use yourself as a servant for people, as a servant of God, in fact, your life is going to be filled with blessings. See, if you do something for somebody with a pure heart, the blessings are almost going to be coming tenfold. So what is going to happen is, you're going to be doing something with the just sincerity of your heart, and God is going to be rewarding you. So all of the money, all of the wealth, all of the blessings are going to be coming to you from the divine, okay? So your job is only to serve others. Now, okay, moving forward, you also have to spend time in isolation. Now, in isolation, of course, like I mentioned, meditating is going to be important. But for others, if you can devote your time for knowledge of ancient books, knowledge of ancient cultures, knowledge of people who served humanity in a greater way than ever before, that will help you as well. But at the same time, you're also supposed to be mindful about the time you're spending on your own. And if you feel like, if you're alone, your mind is going in a direction but is slightly negative, or your mind is going in memories of the past, that needs to be consciously avoided. So please, if you can, pick up a book or pick up something that will help you gain more knowledge in your solitude is also coming. But as much as you can also, please make sure you talk less, okay? Talk less. That is very important, because most of the karma that you guys create is sometimes by talking, or sometimes saying things at the wrong time, okay? So just be a little bit careful about that. Now, remember something, it is important for you to slow down in your life, okay? The thing is, externally the world has become so fast. Like, imagine we're already in mid-February. So it is important for you to not so much be in pace with the world, but be in pace with your own life itself. So if there is somebody out there who's like, oh, I am not meeting my targets as well as my friend is meeting my targets, or this person is married and I'm not even married, those kind of belief system that society imposes on you, you're required to not play according to the rules of society, but slow down and walk your own path, win your own race, okay? That's important. But slowing down and being mindful is very important on the next stage of your journey, which brings me back to that balanced state of mind, because it is only in slowing down that you can enjoy that balance in your life. Now, as much as you can, moving forward, you're supposed to understand yourself, understand the way you behave, understand the way you talk, and correct yourself time and again. So nobody else is going to be correcting you on this journey. You yourself are going to be correcting you. And the way you can correct yourself is, once again, by learning different things, by listening to the wisdom of elders in your life, okay? But at the same time, along with correction, dance in a way that the divine wants you to dance. So I really get an impression of that Sufi, whirling around, or some kind of dance form. Like, this could also be an exercise form like Tai Chi, or any kind of exercise form of that. But that movement, that swirling, is something that needs to happen, because your energies need to be distributed equally, is what I'm getting here. But of course, examine yourself, okay? Examine your behavior very carefully is what is coming through. Okay, remember, once again, you're getting the message of here and now. So mindfulness is something that you're supposed to be experiencing. So if in your life you're thinking too much about the future, which happens in our material life, but in your spiritual life as well, you're supposed to be making time for mindfulness. Do everything mindfully, enjoy every moment, give thanks every moment, okay? Because this moment, honestly, is all we have. We can plan for the future, we absolutely do every single day. But this moment, honestly, is the gift. Make the best use of today, and the rest of your life will take care of yourself, okay? So in every activity that you're doing, whether this is getting up, whether this is doing your work, do it mindfully and be here in the present moment at all point of time. Now, one thing that is going to be important for you is, pile 2, if you are having a lot of plans about yourself, you're having a lot of plans for your life, but you're not doing it, okay? You're like, okay, I'm going to be like dusting the closet, or I'm going to be dusting the windows, and if you just keep thinking about it and you don't actually get down to it, it is meaningless. It's just delusion, right? So for every intention that you have, as long as you're not acting on it, you're deluding yourself. So you need to ask yourself, in which areas of your life do you actually want to do something and you're not doing it, and then work accordingly is what is going to be important in your spiritual life as well. But most importantly, see, the message is slow down, slow down. You're too fast, okay? You're trying to walk in place with the word. Be still. Take time for stillness. And of course, Shavasana is my absolute favorite, yoga, position. If you can lie in Shavasana, just breathe and surrender. That will be excellent, which again brings me back to yoga. If yoga is something that speaks to you, please in all means go in that direction, because of course, with yoga the energies also get distributed beautifully and your body is also harmonized at all point of time. Yeah, but if you're not into yoga, just lie still. Just lie still and breathe. Breathe once again, and breathing will bring you back to the present moment. Okay, so being still, cultivating that stillness within, balance within, is what is important for you. Okay, one thing that is happening for you next on your spiritual journey, you are getting a spiritual gift, and that is the gift of clairaudience. Like, it will so happen, like inside your mind, okay, you're going to be hearing messages: do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, or maybe this person should be doing this. You'll almost get that divine guidance from within. So it's important for you to listen to that guidance and use that guidance in your own life. Now, whether you help other people with that guidance is something I'm not going to be commenting on, because not every person is open to receiving that guidance. Okay, so be careful when it comes to giving advice to somebody who doesn't want it. That's something you have to be careful about as well. But remember, the gift of clairaudience is something that is coming to you as well. But moving forward, one thing that you have to pay very careful attention to is your Mooladhara chakra. Your Mooladhara chakra has to have your attention at all point of time. So your energies need to be grounded at all point of time. And of course, one thing when it comes to your Mooladhara chakra as well, see, that is the seat of your Kundalini. So if you're holding resentment towards somebody, or if you're holding unforgiveness towards somebody, or if you're holding some kind of hatred towards somebody, the energy, your Kundalini, is going to be remaining stuck in your Mooladhara chakra, and that needs to go. So if you're holding these kind of feelings about somebody, you're just harming yourself. You're not doing any kind of harm to other people. So please, if you can, forgive somebody, let go of resentment, let go of any harshness of heart that is with you. Okay, that's something that needs to go, and please make sure your Mooladhara is grounded. The basic thing for you is forgiveness. Forgiveness of self and forgiveness of others. So please take care of your Mooladhara chakra. And of course, most importantly, you are supposed to be taking care of your own energies, because what is happening is, if you're answering the call and then if you're getting the gift of clairaudience, such people need to be very careful with the energy, and then the message of silence makes really good sense. See, for a person who has spiritual gift, they have really, really firm rules around them, like who they associate with, who they talk to, what they think. All of these things need to be monitored, and honestly, these kind of people, especially if you're supposed to be one of them, as much as you can associate with very, very few people. As much as time you can spend time with yourself, with your immediate family, that's it, and a few friends, valued friends. Because the more you give out your energies, the more, the negative energy comes to you as well. Because not every person who looks at you with good intentions. The evil eye is absolutely there. Negative energies are absolutely everywhere. So please make sure you're protecting yourself, especially if you want to be like an earth angel, especially if you are a star seed, and especially if you're people who are involved in any kind of meditative work, if you're involved in any kind of healing work. Okay, protect your energies, please. See, what happens is, people are very drawn to the path of tarot, people are very drawn to the path of oracle, but these journeys, they are very, very lonely. They get very lonely, and you have to be careful at every stage. Okay, so I know a lot of people who are just starting out with tarot, like, listen to my readings, and you're all welcome here, but please be very careful with your energies. Okay, you need to be taking care of them and shielding yourself first before taking care of others. Okay, that's very important. And most importantly, you are people who are supposed to be doing good for the world. So, as much as you can, give out blessing, give out good intentions, give out good words. Once again, which brings me back to the message of the Mula Dhara. You cannot hold bad emotions to other people. You cannot hold resentment towards other people. You cannot hold anger towards other people, because what happens is these are energies that will bring back the gifts that you're supposed to be experiencing. See, you get two choices. Either you can be somebody who's exceptionally powerful when it comes to the energy field, or you can be somebody who's very, very resentful, who's not forgiving. So it is a choice before you answer the call. So first of all, before answering the call, you're supposed to forgive everybody. And not only forgive, forget about every wrongdoing that you've been experiencing. Only then that you can do a part of that you're supposed to be doing in this universe. A person who has darkness within cannot give out light to the world in the best of their ability. It's simple as that. So maybe that is something that you're supposed to be taking care of. And maybe that is why you're supposed to examine yourself, examine everything about you first. So sit down today and write down about everything you perceive that you need to work on, and in the next 2 weeks, in the next 2-3 weeks especially, work on it, and then and only then answer the call. Because remember, if you're watching this reading, whenever you're watching this, you are being asked if you're ready to answer the call, and while answering the call, you're supposed to be very, very careful. So please make sure as much as you can, you pay attention to these things, live in the moment and experience stillness and work on yourself. That's most important in your journey. But also slow down. Slow down. You have all the time in the world. I'll leave you here. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 3, this is what lies next to you on your spiritual journey. Now, pile 3, your spiritual journey is something I am very, very curious about, and I'm always very interested and invested in you guys, okay? So for you, right now as you move forward, you are going to be experiencing a little bit of challenge before you start the process that you are on, okay? What is going to happen is the past is going to be returning to you. Like in your mind, you're going to be thinking about, okay, this person did me wrong. This person is wrong. This person is this way. This person is that way. My family treated me this way. All these kind of emotions are something that you are going to be experiencing. But it is important for you to understand that unless you leave this, walking a spiritual journey is not possible. So remember to release everything associated with past. Release your ability to judge other people and then walk freely. Okay, you need to let go of a lot of emotional baggage before you start the next phase of your journey, because that's what is in store for you. Now, moving forward, you are also arriving at a very important point in your life. Okay, now you get to decide which path you want to take. And remember, every path you take comes with a test and comes with its own blessings. Yeah, so it's your choice how you walk, where you walk, and who you choose to walk with. Yeah, so that important decision for you is pending. So before you walk the spiritual path, a lot of work lies for you before walking it, and pay careful attention to this. Okay, but moving forward, you're also supposed to decide what your truth is. And remember, the process of discovering the truth is the process of discovering God, because God is nothing but truth. Okay, that one truth that lies for each of us to discover in your own self. But remember something, what may happen is sometimes in this process you have to correct yourself as well. So sometimes what happens, it's like, when we have those games, the snake games where we hit like a roadmap and then we are like, oh, I have to change my direction. So that is something that may happen for you. Moving forward, you may change and rechange your path 100 times before choosing that right direction for you. But be open to that. The path of truth is never in a straight line. It goes through multifolds, it goes through various avenues, just like the roads we walk on in every village and every city. Okay, so walk that path, even though it may be, going through difficult terrains, even if they may be going through easy terrains, it is still your path to walk on. But discovering the truth is going to be important. But in the end, you are going to be reaching your destination, which is very, very important. So pile 3, if you do this right, if you experience your journey right, this will be your last birth. I promise you that, because it's like, you've made all the mistakes that you were supposed to make in the previous lifetimes that you experienced. You've done all the hard work in the previous lifetime. Now, very important work remains, and that is to discover the truth. Now, the path you walk on, whether you walk on it entirely, is your own, but you will be ending up reaching the destination if you choose to walk it that way. And remember something, there's one thing that is going to happen to you. The more you walk towards truth, the more you walk towards God, the more blessings are going to be coming to your life. Okay, it's like abundantly blessed materially is what I see you guys experiencing in this lifetime. So when you need that spiritual assistance, when you need that material assistance as well, that help will be provided to you. You will always have enough in your life should you choose to walk the path of truth, is what is coming forth. But one thing that is going to be very, very important for you is to remain connected with God at all point of time. So this involves daily meditation, which is why I told you the path ahead is a little tricky for you, but meditation, contemplation and prayer is very important. And remember, this is not just the easy kind of prayer, oh God give me this, God give me that. This is like sitting hours and hours in meditation, in prayer, in contemplation, and asking God to give you what God wants to give you, or not what you want. Okay, remember, if you want to discover the truth, it is all about God showing himself to you, and not about you asking God, oh show me in this way or show me in that way. Okay, you release control. That is what is going to be important on the next phase of your journey. But prayer and contemplation, very, very crucial for you. Okay, this makes sense. Moving forward, it is not about what you do, okay, other than the first part of your journey, which is like self-discovery. The next part is allowing God to work towards you as well, allowing God to teach you what God wants to teach you, allowing the world to let you experience that you were born to experience in this lifetime. See, remember, this journey we can do it two ways. One is through your own path, and second is through the path of God. And if you just rely on God to show you the way forward, things will get much more easier for you. So you need to be in the yin zone at all point of time, and yin is all about receiving. Yin is not about action but receiving in the path of God. Now, yes, really makes sense. Now moving forward, you're just supposed to make sure that you are in the divine flow at all point of time. So anytime you have like free time, please make sure you're saying a name of God, like you're chanting about God, you're reading about God, or thinking about God. Okay, that flow has to be there with you at all point of time. Remember, your journey, like I said, is not going to be easy, but very, very rewarding. So it's about a Tao, Tao is about nothingness. It's just nothingness. That is supposed to be something that you're going to be experiencing. And one thing, please make sure you're not having like an overload of thoughts. Don't do too much planning, okay? Because planning for you is not going to work out. Just make sure that you place that intention that you want to discover God and just walk in that direction. That is all you need to do. Okay, reading, like I told you, if you're not okay with meditation, which I hope you are, because that's necessary for you, if you can read about something, like read the Bhagavad Gita, read the Bible, read the Holy Quran, if you read things, read from these sources, or read the lives of spiritual masters who passed away before you, you are going to be acquiring a greater amount of, wisdom itself, and maybe one path will speak to you and that will take you towards you. So maybe I feel like a path of one spiritual guru or one spiritual path may be more for you than others. But for you to understand which path is yours, you need to read about it. Okay, that's what's coming through for you. And also moving forward, you may realize you're getting much more sensitive about things. Like somebody is saying something and you get really triggered, or you just experience sadness, or just energy fluctuations that we all feel, and then we feel bad for no reason. So that may happen for you as well. But remember, they are feelings. Honor it, release it, but not necessarily act on it. Okay, just as much as you can, if you can spend time indoors doing something that is more positive and not so much associating with other people, that may be better for you, at least for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, that is what is coming through. But remember, It is also important for you to accept happiness in your life, to accept good fortune in your life. Okay, remember, accepting happiness is very simple. You can choose to be happy every single day. So as much as you can, spend time with nature, because nature really uplifts your energies, especially when you're feeling sensitive. Just go out. If you have like a forest near your house, go and just take a forest walk. If you have a garden near your house, just go and take a walk in the garden, or have indoor garden for yourself. But associating with nature, with animal spirits, will really really help you accept happiness and be happy in the moment for you, and that's very very important for you as well. Okay, and moving forward, is it's important for you to maintain a purity of heart. Okay, most importantly, before looking outside, you're supposed to look within. Okay, resolve everything within, seek for answers within. And of course, if you're holding on to any kind of energies about other people that are not so positive, please make sure you're letting go of that as well, because purity lies within. Okay, if you want to experience purity in the outside world, you need to have that purity within. And especially if you want to discover the truth cannot be discovered without purity, because remember, only our saints and only the ascended masters were the people who actually discovered truth. And what kind of lives did they have? They were all very pure beings, very pure beings. Because if you want to experience God in its fullest, you just have to have that pure. And interestingly, you have the unicorn. And unicorn is considered to be one of those mythical animals which is all about purity. Yeah, so that's the kind of purity that you need to have, firstly in your heart and also in your life. And the most important part is be content, be satisfied, with happy with whatever you have in your life, whatever it is, even if it is less, even if it is not as satisfactory as you would want it to be happy with what you have. Because unless you're happy with what you have right now, nothing you get is going to make you happy. Okay, and honestly, as much as you can, please reduce your desires. Okay, because material life will not give you the satisfaction that you need in this life. Materially, it is never enough. After we buy one thing, we want others. After we buy one bag, we want other bag. We want 10 clothes, we want 100 things. Material things are never satisfactory. So you are supposed to be satisfied with the things you have. And as much as you can, if you're walking towards the truth in your spiritual life, move towards minimalism. Okay, move towards minimalism, so that you can then divert your attention to prayers, you can divert your attention to appreciating your abundance, and you can divert your attention to actually the things that matter in life, which is nothing but the truth. Okay, truth. So this is your journey forward, of course, for you, pile 3, because you're very very evolved souls. Like I always tell you, your spiritual journey is also equally challenging but rewarding more than any journey in the world. Yeah, honestly, I pray for each and every one of you that you're able to walk this journey and discover truth and discover God in this lifetime. That's very very important. But core lessons, if I'm supposed to leave you with, this is: one is purity towards yourself and other people, in your thoughts especially. And second is happiness wherever you are with whatever you have. And thirdly, it's all about prayer and contemplation, which is the best way to connect with God. I'll leave you here. I will see you in my next one. Bye.